Okay, picture this. You're lying in bed at night. You're trying to sleep. But your brain is going crazy.
Oh no! What's happening?
You're thinking about that conversation you had today, in English. And in your head, you're saying it again, but this time, perfectly. The perfect words. The perfect pronunciation.
Ah, yes. The midnight English practice session.
Exactly. But here's the funny part. It only works when you're alone. In bed. At midnight.
And then tomorrow morning, when you need to actually speak, nothing comes out.
Nothing. Blank. Empty. Silent.
So, what's going on? Why does our brain do this?
That's what we're talking about today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Speak Unstoppable. My name is Maria.
And I'm John. We're so happy you're here with us today.
This episode is for B1 to B2 English learners, intermediate to upper intermediate level. If you understand most of what we're saying right now, you're in the right place.
Today we're talking about your brain and how to train it, how to teach it to speak English.
Not just understand English, but actually speak it naturally, without translating in your head first.
Because here is the truth nobody tells you. Knowing English and speaking English are two completely different skills. You can study grammar for 5 years and still freeze the moment someone asks, "So, how are you?"
And the gap between knowing and speaking is what today's episode is all about. I want to take you back to a moment I am not proud of. 3 years ago, I was at an international work conference. Someone turned to me and asked Maria, "What do you think about this?"
Oh no. The spotlight moment.
The spotlight moment. I had thoughts, real intelligent thoughts. But the moment all those eyes turned to me, my brain just wiped itself clean. And I said, yes, I agree. And smiled. And died a little inside.
You had the ideas, but not the automatic language to carry them.
Exactly. I had been training my brain to understand English. But I had never trained my brain to produce English. Those are two completely different muscles.
Understanding is passive. Speaking is active. You can't build an active muscle by doing passive exercise.
You cannot get strong by watching someone else lift weights. You have to lift them yourself.
When I first started pushing myself to speak, I made a rule. Every single day, I had to speak English out loud for at least 10 minutes. Not study, not listen. Speak.
What kind of speaking?
Anything. I would narrate what I was doing while cooking. I'm chopping the onions. The pan is getting hot. I think I added too much oil. I would retell a story I heard. Just out loud. To no one.
You were talking to yourself.
I was absolutely talking to myself. My neighbors probably thought I had lost my mind. But my speaking improved faster in those 3 months than in the 3 years before that.
Because you were doing deliberate practice. Deliberately targeting the exact skill you wanted to build.
The key word is deliberate. Not random. Not just watching shows and hoping English will magically transfer from your ears to your mouth.
Here is the mindset shift that changed everything for me. I stopped trying to speak perfect English. And I started trying to speak more English. More, not better, just more. Because more is how better happens.
Say that again. For the people in the back.
Stop trying to speak perfect English. Start trying to speak more English, because more is how better happens.
Every person who speaks English fluently now made thousands of mistakes to get there. Thousands.
Your brain is trainable. Every time you speak even badly, you are building a pathway. And every time you build that pathway, it gets stronger, faster, more automatic.
And one day, not someday, one day you will open your mouth and the words will just come. Not because you got lucky, but because you trained for it.
Okay, let's get practical. Because inspiration without action is just entertainment. Here are 5 things you can start doing today, not someday, today, to train your brain to speak English.
Tip 1, the 10-minute daily output rule.
Every single day, 10 minutes of speaking English out loud. No audience, no camera, no judgment. Narrate your morning. Describe your commute. Retell something you watched. The topic does not matter. The output does.
Think of it like a daily gym session for your speaking muscle. 10 minutes every day beats 2 hours once a week. Every time.
You can say, every morning I give my brain 10 minutes of English speaking practice, just me. Out loud, no pressure. Tip 2. Mental rehearsal, say it out loud.
Before any important conversation in English practice in your head, but also out loud. Speaking is physical. Your tongue, your lips, your voice, they all need practice.
You can't learn to swim by thinking about swimming. Try rehearsing a doctor's appointment. I have a headache. It started 2 days ago. Use your hands. Make it real.
Because when you do this, your brain creates a memory of saying those words. And tomorrow, at the real appointment, it's easier. Your brain says, oh, I've done this before. Tip 3, the 3-second rule.
When someone asks you something in English, give yourself exactly 3 seconds. Not 30, 3 seconds, then speak. Whatever comes out. Even if it's imperfect.
Waiting for perfect trains your brain to hesitate. The 3-second rule trains your brain to respond instead of freeze. It's like jumping into a cold pool. Just jump, and your body adapts.
You can say, I use the 3-second rule. I respond first and improve later. I don't wait for perfect. Tip 4, think. In English, no translation.
Most learners think in their native language and then translate into English. That translation step is what causes the freeze. It is slow. It is exhausting. It creates a delay between your thought and your words.
Start small. When you think I'm hungry, think it in English. When you think I need to check my email, think it in English. Simple thoughts. Direct. No translation.
Over time, your brain builds a direct pathway from thought to English. And that pathway is what fluency actually is.
You can say, I am building a direct pathway in my brain from thought to English, with no translation in between.
Tip 5. Celebrate every attempt.
Every time you speak English, even badly, even with mistakes, even with a heavy accent, you are winning. Because you attempted. And the attempt is everything.
Be your own coach, not your own critic. A good coach says that was good, now let's make it better. A bad coach says that was terrible. Why do you even try?
You can say, I celebrate every attempt. Progress is not about perfection, it is about showing up and trying again.
Let's slow down now and walk through 8 powerful words and phrases from today. These are the words that will make you sound unstoppable when you talk about learning and growing.
Freeze.
To suddenly stop and become unable to move, speak, or think, usually because of pressure or nerves.
When my boss asked me a question in English, I completely froze.
She knew the answer, but froze the moment everyone looked at her.
Repeat after us, freeze.
Deliberate.
Done on purpose. With full intention and focus, not by accident or habit.
Deliberate practice means you focus on the exact skill you want to improve.
He made a deliberate decision to speak English for 10 minutes every single day.
Repeat after us, deliberate.
Produce.
In language learning, to create or output language yourself, as opposed to just receiving it.
Listening is passive, but speaking requires you to produce language actively.
The more you produce English, the more natural it becomes.
Repeat after us, produce.
Narrate.
To describe or tell what is happening, like a storyteller or commentator.
I narrate my morning routine out loud, in English as daily practice.
Try narrating what you see around you. It is one of the best speaking exercises.
Repeat. After us, narrate.
Rehearse.
To practice before the real event. Like actors rehearse before a play.
Actors rehearse their lines many times before the performance.
I rehearse important conversations before I have them. It makes me feel more confident.
Repeat after us, rehearse.
Hesitate.
To pause or hold back before doing something, usually because of doubt or uncertainty.
I used to hesitate every time someone asked me a question in English.
The 3-second rule helped me stop hesitating and just respond.
Repeat. After us, hesitate.
Fluency.
The ability to speak a language smoothly and naturally without long pauses or searching for words.
Fluency is not about speaking perfectly, it is about speaking continuously.
Real fluency comes from daily output, not from studying grammar alone.
Repeat after us, fluency.
Comfort zone.
The safe, easy place where you don't challenge yourself, where everything is familiar and not scary.
If you want to improve, you need to step out of your comfort zone.
Speaking English in public is outside my comfort zone. But I'm trying.
Repeat after us, comfort zone.
So here is what we want you to carry with you today. Your brain is not broken. It is not slow. It is not bad at English. It has just never been trained to speak. And training starts with one decision to open your mouth every single day, even imperfectly, even alone, even just for 10 minutes.
Stop waiting to be ready. Start training to become ready. Because readiness is not a feeling. It is a result.
This week, your challenge. For the next 7 days, speak English out loud for 10 minutes every day. Then, come to the comments and write one sentence in English. What did you practice today? Use any of our words. Fluency, deliberate, attempt, pathway, freeze.
We will be there, reading every single one. And we are genuinely proud of you. Not for being perfect, for being here, for attempting, for not giving up.
This was Maria
And John.
from Speak Unstoppable. Train your brain. Trust the process. and never ever stop speaking.
See you in the next one. Bye, everyone.
Your progress doesn't end here. Keep going, click on the next episode, and keep building the English that will change your life. Keep speaking. Keep building. You've got this.